Finally, you're an adult. All you do is work and you just bored of life. Then your first day at a new company, you mess with the vibes. Everyone's chill. And for once, you actually feel alive. Then you bump into fine shit right here. You got you in a trance, locked in like it's a genjutsu or some shit. Even outside of work, you're not paying attention to the drinks or the jokes. Just her. I ain't gonna lie, she bad as hell. And just when you think life is good, turns out your boss already got up in the cheeks. That's his side chick. Bro really did you that dirty? God damn, that shit crazy. And out of nowhere, you pull up and find a zombie, even more popular. Now you getting chased by all them bitches. Damn, this guy has it rough. He's probably more depressed than ever. Sight fuck no. Freedom, no work, no responsibility. Your boss was a zombie after you pull up to your crush's place, so you kill that motherfucker. Oh, we lost the baddie. It's a sad world we're living in. And basically, that's the start of Zom 100. But now we're on the second episode, and that boy Akira's living the dream. He got all this crazy shit happening, and this dude's like, man, that's tough. Anyway, it's time for a beer. So he goes to the fridge and realizes that he don't got any left. Now he's devastated. Now he has no choice but to go outside, and he can't use the stairwell due to the zombies. And as he goes down the pole, he meets a married couple. They tell him to come inside since it's dangerous outside. But Akira, he's like, nah, I'm good. I can get y'all something though. And just like that, he's off. He finally makes it to the store, and then he meets a girl named Shizuka. He was surprised to see a survivor here, so he tries to get her number, but she really isn't taking him seriously. And she thinks teaming up with him will cause her downfall. And now we got a bunch of zombies coming into the store, and now Akira's trying to protect Shizuka. But the opposite happens, and now it's the other way around. After she walks off, Akira tries to thank her, but she was already gone. He could care less though, since he thought she was bad as hell. He ends up finding a motorcycle and makes it back home. Then he decides to meet up with that married couple, but both of them got packed up. But now Akira realizes how short life can be. So he decides to make a list of 100 things he wants to do before he ever becomes a zombie. Then we got Shizuka over here trying to contact the LA station, but no one answers her. So the only thing for her to do is to type down things on how to not become a zombie. She then has a flashback about Akira and wonders why he was so happy. Now we got a whole group of side characters preparing to fight the zombies attacking. But you know they ain't gonna do so well. They all get clapped. But hey, at least they're trying to do something useful though, I'll give them that. But then we got Akira in a motorcycle trying to meet up with Kensho, because hours before this, he was trying to complete some of his goals that he wrote down. He tried growing a beard, but that shit was ass. Then he gets a notification on his phone and gets excited about his Wi-Fi returning. And as he scrolls through his phone, he then sees Kensho's name and calls him. As he calls him, we got Kensho in his kinky ass room, telling Akira it's not safe out here. So he doesn't care, and now he's determined to meet Kensho, even if there's a chance of dying. Then we're given information about Kensho, and he was quite popular, and he was a close friend to Akira. He would always tell him about his own job being so good, and he would often tell Akira to quit his job since they're always treating him so bad. But at that time, Akira was low-key jealous of Kensho, so he really didn't take that lightly. Now we got this blonde guy right here. He's about to die to the zombies until they hear a sound that was made by Akira, so that boy got lucky. Kensho then gets out of his room and meets Akira. Now we got Akira apologizing for everything that he's done. Then you got the zombies coming towards them, so they run up to the roof. And now Kensho is stressed out, wondering what they should do. But Akira decides to jump out the building and land on a different one. That boy got hops. Akira then tells Kensho to jump, but Kensho refuses. And all this time he admits that his job really wasn't that good and wishes that he could have done something else. But Akira decides to encourage him a bit, telling him to quit his job. And now Kensho finally decides to jump towards the building, damn near escaping death. But for some reason though, he takes off his clothes and now bro's butt ass naked. Then he almost fucking dies. But Akira saves him and pulls him up. Both of them are naked for some reason. It doesn't hurt to put on some clothes, bro. But now they're having a fun time drinking some beer. Finally reunited. Both of them are chilling on top of the roof. Akira's on the game right now. And Kensho looks at Akira's notebook, wanting to ask some goals there for himself. So the two of them decide to go get themselves a widescreen television, which was one of Akira's goals. As they start going there, they start to run into a bunch of issues. This random ass zombie is driving a truck right into them. So Akira locks in and avoids getting hit. Now him and Kensho are hiding in an underground department store, and then they find some survivors. And since most of them are women, Akira can actually complete one of his goals that he's written. Kensho introduces him and Akira, while the girls introduce themselves as well. Reika, Maki, and Yukari. Turns out they all work as flight attendants. Then you got Kensho trying to impress one of the HUDs, you feel me? Which makes Akira want to do the same thing, because he wants some coochie too. So he grabs a tequila and starts to snort that shit. And he actually gets them to laugh. You got Kensho over here taking off his clothes again. But everyone's having a good time, so it's all good. Besides Akira, because he starts throwing up in the restroom, feeling like straight ass. But Yukari comes over to see if he's good. Meanwhile, with Kensho and Maki, they about to get down and dirty. And with Reika, she gets attacked by the other guy, who's turned into a zombie. She screams, and that alerts Kensho and Maki, who just got done doing their thing. Meanwhile, with Akira and Yukari, she tells him that she was worried about him. also confirms that she has a boyfriend, which made Akira upset because he wanted to give him some. But regardless, he's grateful about Yukari being nice to him and giving him a chance to dream a bit. Though Maki and Kensho bump into Reika as a zombie. Reika charges at them and kills Maki. Now she's charging at Kensho, but Kensho hits Reika hard as hell with that suitcase, and now he's wondering where the other guy is, not knowing he's the cause of this. Then we got Akira and Yukari talking a bit. They both kind of relate to one another, and it seems like everything is going pretty well now. So that one guy comes from behind and attacks Yukari, affecting her. Akira tries to help her out and pulls the zombie off her, and then he punches the fuck out that zombie. Though it was kind of too late, and now Yukari tells Akira to go save himself. Now we got our boy crying. Then he bumps into Kensho. Though Kensho had gotten the widescreen television that they both wanted, and this kind of cheers up Akira a bit. And now both of them flee the area and return to their hideout. And now Akira starts to think about Kensho and Yukari's words. And then he adds something onto his list, which is him wanting to remember his childhood dream. RIP Yukari, man, she should have survived. Now these two are back on the roof. You got Akira playing that same zombie game with his new TV. Kensho then tells Akira about the self-defense force, sealing off all the access tunnels in some villages, which lets Akira know that his family could be safe. Kensho then dyes his hair blonde, and then you got Akira telling him that he wants to become a superhero. We got some people stuck inside a bus, and someone inside was actually infected. It starts attacking people that's on board. And all of them are killed besides one girl. As she's about to get attacked, Akira pulls up and saves her. This dude was kind of tough right here, I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta give him his props. As he starts telling people to run into the aquarium, he then sees Shizuka, and then both of them look at each other for a bit. So now he wants to show her how cool he can be, but he immediately folds under pressure. After his little incident, Akira unites with everybody. Then he sees Shizuka again, who's playing hard to get. Then everybody hears a sound, so Akira and Kensho decide to investigate. Then they find a shark that has multiple legs. Shizuka points at an exit, and now everybody's going there. And this girl right here does some snake shit. And now Shizuka is cooked, so Akira comes in and saves her, finally making her look somewhat surprised. She then wonders why Akira is doing this, and he tells her that sometimes you really don't need a reason to do everything. Though, bro really didn't have a plan at all. Kensho does his distraction. Shizuka grabs some batteries and throws it to Akira. He catches them, and now we got Akira looking like Deku or some shit, hitting that shark with a Detroit smash, copying my glorious King Deku. So inspirational. Now we got these three walking, and Shizuka is pissed, still wondering why Akira is trying so hard to save her, even though they barely know each other. But he mentions that even if he wasn't trying to be a hero, he'll still save her. And finally he makes her blush, and he finally gets her number. Now we got Akira and Kensho checking out these expensive ass watches. As they arrive to their little hideout, they realize that they got no electricity and the water's about to run out. After a while of thinking, they both decide to go to Gunma. That way Akira can meet up with its parents. They pack up their items and Akira wants to get a different vehicle, so they decide to get an RV. Then they meet Shizuka again. Akira then offers her a ride to Gunma with him and Kensho, but she declines. He then tells them that she has no license. So Kensho and Akira try doing some convincing so she can finally travel with them. Now they want to search for an RV that they will all like, until the zombies pop out of nowhere, so now they gotta jump into a random vehicle. Then we got Shizuka telling us that a virus might be the cause of all this, and that might be true, so creating a vaccine will be ideal. You got Kensho on the motorcycle while the others are in the RV, and then they all run into a spike strip. Kensho hurts himself, and now you got these group of bums thinking that they're tough. And it turns out that rival group was led by a person that used to lead Akira's team, Chief Kozuki. He manipulates Akira by making him work for him again, and it ends up working in his favor. Now he's dealing with the old bullshit that he used to be around. Shizuka and Kensho don't understand why Akira's doing all of this, so they want to figure something out. We got the chief holding a party now. Then he tells Shizuka to come pour him a drink, and then he pours her a drink. And you can tell this nasty ass nigga wanna do something. Kozuki calls Akira to give him a beer, but Akira fucks up and gives him a bottle that was empty, which causes him to get yelled at. Here we got Shizuka's backstory, and we're showing that her father was crazy, and she always felt like obeying her father was always the right thing to do so she could survive. Now we're back to Akira getting yelled at and basically becoming this guy's bitch. Then we got the chief manipulating him again, saying that he's doing this because he sees potential in Akira, telling him to stay so he can work for him to survive. So he folds and agrees to stay until Shizuka makes him realize the chief's true actions. She then gives his list of goals to him, and then the chief grabs the book and tries to step on it. But finally Akira grew some balls and finally stood up to his chief. Then we got one of Kusugi's man getting bitten by a zombie, causing the driver to panic and free the zombies that he was trapped. Then we got that boy running for his life until Akira saves him. And now after all that, Akira, Kensho, and Shizuka drive off to find Akira's family. During the road trip, they happen to stumble upon his truck being attacked by zombies. Akira tries to save the person who was inside of there, but they really didn't need his help. It turns out it was a foreigner from Germany named Beatrix. She then asks Akira and everyone else to help her deliver the fish somewhere so she can meet the last surviving chef that makes sushi. Shizuka and Kensho Loki don't want to do this, but Akira agrees to help out. So after they solve all those issues, we're finally at the part where we see his parents and everybody interacts with each other. And Akira wants to help out his parents a bit, so he's doing anything in his power to help them out with anything. His mom doesn't need help, but his dad does. But Akira feels like he hasn't repaid his parents yet. A few hours later, we can see Akira's father hiding his wound away from everybody. And as Akira and his father walk back to their home, a group of people walk past them, and they're going to be the reason why shit goes down. So now we see everybody being peaceful, learning new things, and it's just a wholesome environment. Then we get Dreadhead Akira. That boy look tough. Then we got Higurashi smoking his cigarette and just walking down the path. Akira and Kensho see him, so Kensho calls him, but he doesn't pay them any attention. Now it's nighttime. Higurashi and his group are terrorizing the village, and they bring in all the zombies. Now it's up to everybody to stop them. And Higurashi has a list of goals too. One of his goals is to turn everybody that he hates into zombies. So now the battle is on. Everybody's trying their best to win. And we got a scene of Akira apparently becoming a zombie. But it turns out it was just makeup, and then he tricks Higurashi. So we get to a point where Higurashi and his group loses. Higurashi's true goal was just to have fun with his friends again. He already got bit on his leg, so he was already done for. And Akira feels bad, and he promised Higurashi that if he ever becomes a zombie, he'll hang out with him at the pool. He declines the offer though and runs off. But we get a scene of what he was thinking about in his last moments. After all that, everyone meets back up. Kensho saved a little girl, but he's covered in shit. And Shizuka saved a group of old people from the village. And now they got Beatrix leading the zombies into an electric fence that was protecting them before. And Akira tells everyone to make a path for her so this can work. And now we got a bridge right here. Akira and Kensho tricked the zombies into falling off and saved the day. They almost died, but we can see them climbing up again. In the meantime, all the zombies were gone. Then we get a scene of Akira's father thanking Akira for saving everybody. And now Akira's next goal is to travel the world and find a cure to stop all this madness. Oh, and it turns out his father has hemorrhoids. So I guess we can say he's alright. And yeah, that's the end of season 1 for Zom 100. It really only fell off due to production issues. But I'm praying we get a season 2. We gonna need it for real. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.